So I think my session, I went back and looked at my session yesterday. Good morning. I think it went pretty good. I got some feedback, and everybody was like, they felt like, because my thing is always making sure that you get what you pay for. And they felt like, and they'll probably, somebody from this session will probably hop on. But they felt like they got, what they paid for and then some. So I had a few people that were not able to get on, or their invite went to spam or what have you. So I agreed to make it up with them, but not a 2.5 hour session. It's because it's a small group. It's just going to be about an hour. The only field work I've done is flood, and I didn't do it to the capacity of writing scope. I did it. I worked for a third party company, and it was a FEMA contract with a third party company. I went in, verified a flood line, got a list of the people that lived in the home, and wrote a check. And then I either referred them back to FEMA or to Red Cross. So that's the extent of my field. I'm looking forward to meeting with you too. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, Miss Red. Good morning. So yeah, that's the extent of my field work. It is next year. I do want to go out into the field and either scope or do a work alone, to scope a house, but just to get the experience. But um, that's the only reason I want to do it, is just to get the experience. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't wanna just, I wanna exceed the value of what I'm giving. I wanna just make sure, especially being new and going into this. Good morning, Brianna. I want you to have all the information, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the money talk, and determine from that point if this is for you. My goal is to get the experience field adjusting, get some more certifications, my CPCU certification, and get New York licenses. That's my goal. But I don't necessarily want to deploy anymore. Now, will I deploy? Yes, I will. But my goal is to get my business up and going to a point. Y'all been doing this a minute. I'm tired. So my goal is to get my business to a point. Good morning. My goal is to get my business to a point where I don't have to, take on another deployment unless I just want to. Because when it comes to the money, I'm all like, I'll say I'm not gonna work a year, and then when I get that call and get that offer, I immediately just, it start my gears start grinding, and I'm like, man, I can't pass up the money. So I was proud of myself. Good morning, Alma. Hadn't seen you in a while, but I was proud of myself for self-releasing. I was proud of myself because it's hard. Um, sure. If you have a scheduled session and you'd rather do this, yeah, and we'll just cancel that session. So send me an email and I'll reply to you with the link if you want to do that. That'd be fine. And then we can cancel your session on the 19th. So send me an email right now. It starts at 11 and I'll send you the link. And make sure to check your spam folders. Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. But I forgot what I was saying. But oh yeah, I was proud of myself for walking away from because I completed my assignment. Don't I didn't just walk away. I completed my assignment, but they kept asking me to stay on and go over to the NCRT team, which is the National Cat Recovery Team, and I went ahead and did it. And I worked 3 days. I was not productive. The work was easy peasy. I mean, easy. It was nothing like total loss. And I still couldn't sit there and focus. And that's because I went against the agreement that I had made with myself. So I went ahead and self-released by reaching out to my carrier and my recruiter there, and he understood because he said, Becky, you've been saying you was ready to take some time off, but I understand, and you know you're good with us. Good morning, Soleil. So he said, you know you're good with us. And then I reached out to my manager that was on the total loss team, and I reached out to the manager that was on the NCRT team, got them on a Teams meeting, and told them that I was self-releasing, and they were like, we understand. I just didn't want to mess that up because I have a really good relationship with them, and you had to purchase your spot, and so yeah, but go girl, congratulations on that New York, congratulations. I got it down to take it in February. So, so congratulations to you on that. So between now and February, I'm going to work on my CPCU. That's what I'm talking about. But I was just telling them that my goal is to not, I do want to get deployed in the field to do some field work. I do. That's my next thing. Other because all I have is the flood. But I don't necessarily want to go on a deployment, especially a 6-7 day deployment. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So my goal is to get my business up and going, and let that sustain me. But yeah, I went against the promise that I had made to myself and God and the universe, and it was the money. Like it was the money, and it was the constant Becky, we want you, that kept me there when I should have let it end it on the 4th. But it ended good. Thank you, Soleil. But we ended well, and then know what they said? We'll check back. We're going to circle back in January. I'm like, circle back? So, and they were really good to me. I was able to take vacations and all this stuff. And I love that they felt that way about me. I love that, like, the effort that I put into the job, and just the way that I handled the job, and being, independent, being an independent thinker. And I'm almost 50, y'all, so I know how to behave. I know how to, and not jumping on bandwagons when people are complaining and stuff like that. And the thing that gets me, and this is what I tell my kids, people are paying attention even when you don't realize that they're paying attention to you. They're paying attention to you. So yeah, they was like, we're gonna circle back in January. So in January, I don't want to go on another deployment so soon. I really want to take some time to hit some of my other goals that I have. Good morning, Nina. Yeah, and that's the phase of my life that I'm going into, Alma. That's the phase that I'm going into. I'm going into, yeah, it is. I'm going into the phase of, because I was a mom before I was even a woman, right? And then, life happens, kids, family, raising. Like, I'm going into the phase of my life where it's about me, and and setting boundaries and doing what I want to do for me personally. Like, I have a good life, but I just know that I sacrifice a lot. So going into, my 50th year of life, yeah, we're changing some things up. I'm gonna do things my way. Yep. Yep, positive mindset is big, and you have to continue. I have to continuously, every morning and night, um, pour into myself and set my intentions Because it's hard, especially look, it's hard if you don't take the time to pour into yourself mentally. It's hard to keep yourself, motivated. Sometimes you'll get caught up with thinking like what you're doing is not good enough, especially when you got people like Soleil and you're just a home girl, and that's killing it, killing it, killing it. I love them both. you know they supported me, I supported them. But you just have to constantly, you know even at my big old age, pour into yourself every day, every day, every day, all day, every day. I have reminders on my phone to stop and meditate for a minute. I love you, girl. I can't wait to see you in January. But yeah, so that's what you have to do, and that's what I'm doing. And I've made leaps and bounds, getting in front of the camera, teaching and stuff. I've done that because I was a district sales manager, and getting in front of people and talking and teaching and stuff. That's easy for me. The hardest thing for me was social media. Thank you, Rubis. The hardest thing for me was social media, and because, and then just being genuinely who I am. Like, I'm just me. I'm low maintenance. I love to help others, and that's what you guys. If y'all don't know what this means giving a hand up. And my motto is each one teach one. Like, if you can change just one life, according to just one person, you like, it makes you feel so good, to do that. So that's it. I'm gonna give you a hand up, and you pass it on, pass it forward. So yeah, and then it's 10:07, so I'm gonna log on in a minute. I'm gonna ask him if it's okay that I'm on live while we discuss my website. Yep. So I'm so proud of you with that New York girl. And how's it going with the commercial claims? Rubis, I got on my order from you. Thank you. I love it. And I recorded the unboxing and stuff like that, so I might have to take time to do a video for you, but I love it. I got two. But I like this one better. You see me? Thank you. I loved everything. I loved the way it was packaged. You had fast shipping, all that. I told y'all, if y'all got something going on and want me to support it, just let me know. And if I can afford it, I'll do it. Cargo claims. I can only imagine. That's interesting. That is interesting. The cargo claims. That is interesting. That is so interesting. So is it sea cargo? Like, are you adjusting claims where the pirates are getting on the boats and taking over, or is it cargo like on land, inland cargo? That's interesting, girl. I remember I was helping somebody study for a test, and some of the test questions were in regards to cargo adjusting. 53-foot trailers. Oh, yeah, you did say that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. That's awesome. With the cargo in it? Well, I'm sorry, y'all. Soleil is doing commercial cargo claims, and she just said that she's adjusting her truck that got stolen. That's crazy. Yes, look, you're laughing, but we are still dealing with pirates in 2022. The pirates are taking over the cargo ships. You don't believe me? Just Google it. the pirates are the pirates are taking over. Oh man. Yeah, pirates are real. They're taking over the cargo ships, especially off the coast of Africa. Y'all, this stuff is, I'm telling you, it's vast. But yeah, and if they the story on that cargo claim. His lawyer made my head hurt. Yeah, when they take over those ships and stuff, they do. They go out there and take it. And a lot of it happens off of the coast of Africa, but it happens. It can happen anywhere. That's the sea cargo. She's doing inland. That's crazy. Now, do you think it was an inside job? And that's another job in the claims industry, y'all. The investigative, SIU. You're gonna have to tell me about that cargo ship. Oh, I don't want to be late for my meeting. Oh. What time is it? You can join this meeting. Testing. Okay. Y'all, I swear I'm gonna kill his MacBook. My daughter said I need to get the mouse that goes with it. Cause look, with my HP, I'm good to go. But so I'm just waiting on him to start the meeting. I wish I had time so you can get on and tell us that story, Soleil. Start at 10 a.m. Oh my lord, I thought it started at 10:15. Let me see. Oh wow. Oh, hi. Just a meeting about my website. Cool, Brianna. Girl, you be killing it. When I tell you, when you say you gonna do something, you gonna do it. That's what's up. Hey, brown sugar. I'm sorry, I was sending a website. I mean, an email. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Brianna, come back tomorrow or whenever I get on again and tell us how that goes today. Is it today? Orientation today. Okay. Yeah, let us know how it goes today. Is that orientation for that was for the roster or was it for staff? Brianna is usually on YouTube, but she's over on TikTok today. So she got on Cedric's cat roster, and she has orientation today. Congratulations to you. Let me ask you about self-appointing. I haven't done it in a while. When you go into self-appoint, did you have to thank you. Cause I'm almost at my watch goal. Oh y'all, I'm doing Vlogmas too. If y'all want to go check that out, I've been meaning to post something on TikTok, but I'm gonna have to take the time to do it. Look like he's gonna be delayed. Congratulations! Congratulations, that's the first step. Congratulations, that's the first step. Let me see if I'm missing y'all comments, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, alright, looking forward to hearing that. Good morning, good morning. This is for what I'm doing today is for those that are interested in the field, and some of them are taking the course, but they're not yet licensed. So they're not necessarily yet licensed. They just want all the tea. I see you, Brianna. Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good. That is good. I remember when you were studying, when you said you were studying for it. Let me see. Yeah, look like me and him gonna have to connect after my session. Yeah, I'm just so eager to get my website and get it going. Cause the 12th is Monday, but it's just Tuesday. No pressure, no pressure. You're welcome. Yeah, we root you on over here. Congratulations. That's just the first step. What are your plans next? What you gonna do next? What's your goals? Do you want to do staff? Um, get on a roster, start your certifications. Oh, you got this. That's what we're here for. Yeah, we're gonna motivate. That's what we're here for. I think it went good. Miss Well Read, somebody asked how did it go yesterday. She was in there, so mhm. I have, I have. Yep. Mhm. You can do it. It's gonna take some effort. It's gonna take effort to get licensed. It's gonna take effort to get employed. It's gonna take effort to get your certifications. to to sign up for your Circon NIPR. Like, it's a process and it's an ongoing process. But I tell you, you will get when you get to where you're going. When you get to where you're going, you're still gonna find ways to elevate and add to um, your licenses and your experiences. But it's so worth it. Yes, yes. The entire time, I don't know. Um, it looks like we're gonna go that Saturday, and I was looking like coming back that Wednesday. But I may try to stay till until Thursday. Are you going? And my husband is coming, and I'm like, what in the world are you gonna be doing while I'm at the convention? He just took 2 weeks off. But that's what you do when you work for yourself. So, but yeah, so we're thinking Saturday to Thursday. I'm thinking I'm gonna be missing my kids, and Wednesday is gonna be enough for me. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm scheduled to come back that Wednesday. But I'm thinking about extending it one more day. He don't gamble. He don't gamble like that. Now he'll eat. He'll eat a mean. He'll do a mean piece of eating. But like, we go to Vegas, y'all, and we may spend $20 a piece gambling. So now I ain't to say he won't start, cause he gonna have to do something. But he said he's just gonna rest and catch up on like his little NCIS shows and stuff like that. Yep, watching TV. My husband loves TV. So yeah, and then I do want him to get out and move around a little bit. Just not nothing. I want to take him to Top of the World. I want to take him there because I've been. He's never been. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if I want to stay gone away from my kids that long. That's the only thing. Where I hope to see you there. Download, if you haven't, download the app, and like, we can connect on the app. Did you download the app, Soleil? I saw your name in there. But yeah, we can connect on the app just to say, hey, where you are, or if y'all want to meet up or something like that. We can do that. But yeah, one of my top goals is to get my certifications while I'm out there, because I have to get my CE courses done this year by my birthday. So how cool would it be to knock my CE courses out in January, and that is done. So I've already registered for some of those classes, and I don't think we have to pay for them. I think they're included. You just got to show up and sign in, and then they'll get everything uploaded to, Circonia or PR or whatever it is. Vegas food is good. I mean, coming from Louisiana, you would think that. Well, let me tell you, when I first went, I was like, Lord, are they what the food gonna be like? Cause people don't season their food. But that food was good. It was really, really good. I enjoy Vegas. I've already been once this year. I went to Usher's concert in August, and then I went last year. The food is good. And the food was pretty good at my friend took me there to Top of the World. Like, you go up, I don't know, 1,500 feet. I don't know. Like, you can see the mountains, and it's spinning while you eat dinner. Fancy, fancy. So yeah, I want to take my husband there, and their food was really good. And but everywhere we went, the food was good. Oh man, his show was phenomenal. I was gonna go back and take my daughters in April. Well, when he come back, because I think he's on break. But like in the spring or early summer. But the tickets are way more expensive than they were when I went. But it was such a good time. I mean, the entire show. It was nice. It was really nice. I really did enjoy it. Yep, I really did enjoy it. It was really really nice. And I think the night I went, his mom was there. Yep, I think his mom was there. But he's on. I think his residency is on a hiatus, but he's coming back. But we were looking at the tickets. Baby, I'm not buying them tickets for all them. I was gonna treat them, but the tickets are more expensive. You know how that is. When the demand goes up, the price goes up. But he did really good. He did really good. Did he do any special guests? No special guests when I went. Mm-mm. Except the lady dancing on the stripper pole. But yeah, he had a pretty good show. That's the truth. That is the truth. Cause I was like, I'll go see him again. I think we may have paid like $300 for the tickets, if that. Maybe 350. No more than that. Maybe 300. Not it wasn't expensive. That's why I was like, oh, my daughter asked to go, so I was like, I had told two of them I would pay for their tickets, but I'm already paying for another family cruise next year. But yeah, so that's what I'm up to. Yeah, my website got rescheduled, so I emailed them and told them we could connect after lunch or after my session. So I'm gonna do that. But otherwise, I got about 30 minutes until my session start. I haven't had coffee. I've only had water, and I've walked 2 miles. I gotta take care of this. During those vlogs and editing those videos, y'all, you see everything. Oh Lord, I need to lose some weight. But so yeah, so I started walking Sunday. So and then just changing, no candy, because I was doing whatever I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. So I can't do that. And then I'm in menopause, and I'm all that stuff. So my doctor said January. Oh, that's too much information. But um, hey Bree, so January will be, well, we grown. Good morning. I'm gonna respond to you in just a second. January will be 12, be one full year. Like to really, um, what one of the things they use to determine, and this might be too much, but I'm gonna say it. But one of the things they use to determine if you're in menopause, and I'm in menopause kind of early compared to like my auntie, my great auntie, which she's a couple years older than me, and I know that's crazy. That's a wild story. I tell you about that. But it's to not have a menstrual cycle for a full year. So January will be a full year that. And she was like, in January, if you're still dry by January, then yes, we're gonna officially say you're in menopause. So yeah, so doing that and then sitting here not moving, gaining this weight, like it's just gonna be harder to get off. So I'm trying to catch it now. I'm trying to catch it now. Dry as in no cycle, you know. So so yeah, when you get to be my age, like you're dealing with so many things, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Night sweats, which my daughter, who's a nurse, told me how to manage those, and it actually worked. Vitamin E. So it really, really works. But yeah, I don't necessarily have mood swings, anything like that, but I have the night sweats every now and again. I'm not mean. I don't have mood swings, anything like that. I just get hot from the inside out. If that makes sense. It's like you're internally hot, and there's nothing you can do to fix it. You drink cold water, push the air down and take off your clothes and just let it pass. And then once it passes, you're fine. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Look, I hadn't been there yet. I have a friend that was like that. Look, my family can't take me being. If I felt like that, I would probably go in the bathroom and cry, cause it's like my mood set the tone for the whole damn family. So if I'm crying, look, it's an emergency, you know. So I can't even have that luxury of feeling like that. Yeah, if I cry, baby, they coming over, baby. I don't want them over all the time. They gonna come over. They gonna stay. Mama, what's wrong? My husband, like, it'll be a whole big old thing. I can't even do it. I set the tone. I realized that I set the tone for, my family. If I say something, like, sometimes, I shoot at them direct, and they be like, I can kill their whole mood. So I kind of like, I know that I set the tone. It's the not sleeping for you. I went through that now. I remember a while back, I was sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night. She was sensitive. Yeah. I think I could be a little sensitive though, because yesterday when I got off my session, my daughter, she was, she was helping me or whatever, my oldest daughter. And when we got off, she was like, "Come here," and I was like, "What?" She said, "Come here," and I was like, "What?" And we went in there. She said, "Sit down. Let me do the eyebrows for you." I was like, "Well, damn, you hurt my feelings." But so she did them. Y'all see, they look clean up. They not all over the place. But they are into the aesthetics of stuff, and I'm really not like. But I understand. They do look better. And then she's gonna gift me with a facial once she get her space set up. So, but yeah. And then the other day, my second daughter, she walked up behind me and bumped my butt and gonna say, "Mama, your butt feels soft like grandma's." I'm like, that hurt my feelings. um. Good morning. Which type of Oh, I had a question here. I'm sorry. Let me answer this one. It said, "Good morning. Thank you for. Is there job security in it? Thanks for your response." Well, that's the thing with being oops, I didn't want to end it. With being an independent adjuster, there's not necessarily job security. But there's not necessarily job security because you're an independent adjuster. You're pretty much responsible for yourself, and as long as they have work, you'll work, and then when the work ends, you'll be let go. But if you get in and once you get your experience, so on, so forth, your deployments could last longer. Deployments are lasting longer than they've ever lasted, and that's for many reasons. And one reason is because the carriers weren't able to retain the staff. Like during the Great Resignation, they were affected as well. A lot of companies has totally handed over their claims departments to TPAs to manage. So the ability to stay on, and TPAs typically have longer assignments. TPAs, Sedgwick, Littleton, Crawford, they have longer assignments because they manage claims for carriers claims department. They take care of it. Okay. Now, staff staff is different. You will have security as staff. You can make good money in staff. Not necessarily when you get into it, but once you get into it and you see what's out there, like SIU, bodily injury, litigation adjuster, field adjuster, those different types of adjusting, that there's a salary increase with each of them. And then once you do that, you can pivot to another company or go over to another company to increase your salary 20, 30, 40%. People do it. I know they do it. So that's a way forward. Like if you need the stability and job security, they're look into staff because it's there. Yeah, you can secure a position with no experience, but especially during like we're in winter storm season and they had the snow in Buffalo, New York, and all that. I know people that went there. So the staying power comes in as you get your experience and you stay on for like supplements and stuff like that. That's what I did. I stayed on to do supplements and file review, and all that comes with experience. But it would, it's okay to get a staff position to get foundational knowledge, or take claims handling training. I'll be offering it. That's part of my mentorship program. Just like you have to prepare yourself. And this deployment taught me with some of my independent adjusters that they were just not, they got the job, they got deployed, but they were not prepared. But only one of them in the group that I had to help, they got let go, but that's just because they didn't sit there and work and apply themselves and didn't set boundaries. And if you see someone like me, Soleil, or someone that's been doing this 10 plus years, moving around with our computer laptops, we know how to handle our desk, and they pay attention to that. You got to know how to manage your desk. Um, and then, but once you get that and you learn it, you have the ability to stay deployed a while. I just don't want to tell you that there's stability in it, because it's not. Because from the months of May, from March all the way, you could go into the groups and you can see people like, oh man, I'm ready to work, ain't nothing out there, so on and so forth. Um, I think that doing staff would be a great idea. Do you prefer auto or property, and why? Okay, so before this deployment, I would say property. I was on an auto staffing position with Progressive when I took my first deployment. I went into the deployment thinking it was auto because I had got my ECTA certification and all that. But when we got there, it was property, a company out of Florida. From that point up until From that point to this point, it was one other year that I did auto. But I did total loss auto this time, and I really liked it. It was busy, it's high pace, and coverage and liability was already done. So I had to pick it up on the back end and do everything else, which was a lot, depending on the case. But I'll have to say they're even kill right now. I wouldn't want to do coverage and liability. I would want that done already, and then I just do the total loss. But I'll say it's even kill now, because with the total loss, like, you just had your bullet points you had to hit. Sometimes it took a lot more work and maneuvering to get the job done. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed connecting with the insurance and stuff like that. Um, and then with property, I just love property. So, but I'm gonna say it's even kill. I'll take either or. With auto, I would say there's a lot more moving parts, especially with total loss, but it's still okay. But what I did this time, coverage and liability was cleared. Coverage is verifying that the coverage was there. You go back and you look at different things, like if they made a change to the policy within 10 days of the accident. You go see what that change is. Sometimes that change is just updating the email address. You want to make sure that if the person that was driving the car, if the change was them adding them as a driver, and then but the accident happened like at 10 p.m. and then at midnight they adding them as a driver. So you look for stuff like that with coverage to verify that the coverage is there. Sometimes the coverage is just people going in and setting up auto pay. It'll flag it and give you an alert. So you go in and make sure that nothing's going on that will affect the coverage or that will create a coverage investigation. Okay, boom, that's done. So then you go to liability. Liability, who's responsible for the accident? Right? So that's when you do your scene investigations, you get your recorded statements, you get your police reports, witness statements if there's witnesses, and then from that point you'll work through doing determining who's liable. And if both parties are liable, at what percentage are they liable? So a lot of the rear ends, especially two vehicle rear ends, I mean, it's pretty much clear cut. People try, and I've never seen a rear end where the person that rear ended the other person was not held 100% responsible. Because you have to have what? Proper lookout. Right? That's your duty as a driver on the road, is to have proper lookout. So if someone zooms in front of you, you should have enough time. If they can get in front of you and straighten completely up and you rear end them, you are at fault because your duty is to have proper lookout. So you are at fault. Now, if they start coming into you and you hit them like on the front bumper or whatever, you're always at fault if you if they're straight, if they're dead straight, if they cut in front of you and get straight and you rear end them, you are at fault. Now, if they come in front of you and you kind of like cap the front, and you have the right of way, right? You have the right of way. You can go straight, and you're going straight, minding your business, and somebody just come out there and you hit them in the front, right? Of course, they are at fault. Now, this is where it gets tricky. I wish I had some cars in here. If you have the right of way, and you're going straight, right? And you see them coming, you like, they about to cut in front of me. And they cut in front of you, and you like hit them on the back end, you finna get some responsibility. Even though they're pulling out in front of you, you're going to get some responsibility because they were almost cleared and you hit them. That means that if your due diligence was to have proper lookout, that means that you are going to carry about 15%. I'm going to put 15% on you and 85% on them. And then just depending on the conversations and the attitudes and stuff, I may put 10% on you and 90% on them. Right? So that's all in liability. That's why I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. I can't do it. I have to do it. I don't want to do it. Yep, safe driving distance. So those are but once you get into it and you like to learn stuff like that, you'll love it and you'll get the training you need. If it's the case where it's hard, like you just it's a parking lot or something like that, you call around, you see if you can find cameras, sometimes at Walmart, the Dollar General, if it's if there's a dispute in the in the statements or what have you, like all that stuff is interesting, especially if you're nosy, so yeah. And then as far as property, you're basically just making sure you're working with the field adjuster just to make sure you have everything you need, and you look at the policy. There you go. There's fault, not at fault, and then there's preventable and non-preventable. There you go. I hadn't heard that terminology before, but yeah. My favorite IA firm, the one I just left, Littleton, was pretty good. But before then, it was GRS adjusting for about 3 years. I did property with them. Why? Because my deployment lasted so long with Littleton, they in the carrier, like the relationship they had with the carrier was okay with us taking time off, and they were as well. As long as you let your manager know at the carrier that you're taking time off, and then you just shoot them an email and let them know, hey, I've already gotten this approved. But I had started just putting both of them on the same email. I'll need these days off, so on and so forth. I got paid on time, no issues with my payment, so on and so forth. That's why, I like Littleton. GRS, same thing. The one thing about GRS is that when you're on deployment, they are so responsive to you. If you need assistance, if you call in, they're so pleasant. But keep in mind, I hadn't worked for them in 2 years because I've been with Littleton. But they were my go-to. They were my go-to for a specific carrier, property carrier. So I'm gonna say GRS in Littleton. Mhm. Littleton Group, the Littleton Group. But I've worked for several. I've worked for Worley. I've worked for EA Renfro. I've been on Pilot's roster, but I've never worked for Pilot. But I've been on their roster. I keep their roster updated, but I never worked for them. Claims training, yeah, I'll be offering claims training. And then I don't know if it was on TikTok or YouTube. One of or did they email me? You're welcome. I'll be offering that as part of my program. But like if you're looking for something right now, one of my mentees was telling me that Alacrity is pretty much doing all that stuff for free. Yeah, I don't mind sharing. Yeah, they're pretty much doing all that for free. So yeah, those are my top two firms. I really like them. I like the way you're able to go in and look at your pay, pull up your statements. For me, them being responsive when you send an email. Oh, thank you. So that's what I'm big on. I don't want to call in and I'm like, hey, this is Becky. Yes, what can we help you with? What do you need now? Shouldn't you be working? Like, I don't like that. So if I can call and I'm like, hey, I'm on such and such deployment and I have a couple questions about what have you, and they're like, yeah, sure. I like that. I like that. I don't like it when they're not responsive, and then when you call into the office, they're like, you're a bother. If you think you're making good money, can you imagine the money that they get off top? They get paid. They're like what do you call it? A placement agency. That's exactly what they are. So they get paid for every hour you work. They get paid. Their money comes off top, baby. The seasons, the season. Okay, so the seasons are winter storm season, hail season, flood season, tornado season, fire season. Those are the seasons. Windstorm seasons, other than hurricanes, and then of course we have hurricane season. All of them can get busy, and it's just about being on those rosters and calling them. If you see something going on in the news, you want to reach out. Hey, I see the flood happening in Nevada. Reach out. You need anybody for that? Hey, I saw the snowstorm in Buffalo, New York. You need somebody for that? Hey, I saw it flooding in Virginia. You need somebody for that? And I mean, go down the list. Now, the quickest way, and one of the ways that the majority of my mentees got deployed was hurricane season. I did get people were getting deployed from March, all the way through the summer and stuff, doing ECTA, State Farm, and different things like that, right? But the ones that were sitting home waiting, like we typically do as adjusters, sitting there waiting, they got hired and got on deployments during hurricane season. So it's a year-round staffing event, So all of it is cat. Whether it's a tornado, windstorm, all of it is cat. So, but if you're talking about hurricane season, more people are getting deployed. And let me explain it to you. And then I gotta go because I gotta start my session. Okay, so this is how it works. We're gonna say carrier A, B, and C, and then we're gonna say carrier, let's say December carrier. So carrier A, B, and C during a hurricane deployment, typically hurricanes affect large areas, a lot of policies, home and auto, right? So ABC Insurance Company is gonna pull 200 people from Crawford, 200 people from Renfro, and 200 people from Pollock, right? And then we got December, okay, the December carrier. They're gonna pull 100 people from Crawford, 100 people from Renfro, and 100 people from Pollock. And then all the other insurance companies. Because you got to keep in mind, New York have over almost 600 insurance companies. That's why that license holds so much weight. They need adjusters. And then I think it's followed by Florida and Texas. Somebody already joined the meeting. I'm coming. But so that's where all those positions come from, right? That's where all those positions come from. So, and they need bodies. Even though when a hurricane hit, the government and the state know that a hurricane hit, but they still have a certain amount of time to make that initial contact upon reporting a claim. So when you report a claim for, just say, a little fender bender, and that insurance company keeps calling you, that's because we got to make contact with you. Shit, hell, don't even report the claim if you don't want to talk to nobody about it, because you make our jobs hard, right? But that's why we have to contact you. If you report a claim, depending on the state, within 24 to 48 hours or whatever the state is, because everybody's different, they have to make contact with you to start the process of making you whole again. Or not, if the coverage is not there. So that's why during a hurricane, they pull in so many people. Yep, 72 hours for some. They pulling in so many people. And then they're also watching your work. So you're sitting there making $40 an hour with someone that's been doing it 10 years. You've never touched a file. So after all those contacts are made, they go in, pulling them files, looking, okay, asset. Ooh, this looks messy. Oh, they hadn't even touched the claim. Oh, the mailbox full. Not returning voicemails. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and send you home. And that's how it works. Over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. And that's just how it works as CAT. So you should get as much training as you can. And another thing too, the money that you're able to make in this field and not have to be in student loan debt. I mean, like my kids got degrees in student loan debt, and then they got only 2 of them working in claims, but so yeah, you may have to spend money out of pocket to get the training that you need, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it, and it's gonna determine if you have the staying power. And some people go in, they got deployed, they're like, okay, I see what this is about, I see what I need to do, and they're okay. And some people, I got people still deployed, had never touched a claim, but I assist them through it. So that's it, and that's where the money comes in at. And I got 6 minutes to. Well, I could get on my thing while y'all here. Yeah, I have a yeah. I have a water fountain. That one is kind of, I like the look and the sound does help me. But I don't necessarily like the sound. Like this one I got from the dollar store. Let me show you. It runs by batteries and the sound is perfect, but I'm replacing batteries like every 2 or 3 days. So I need to find one. Like I love the way it looks. I love it. Look. And I plug it in. I love the way it looks. But the sound is kinda it's it's different. Not yet. My website. Okay, so let me tell you the deal on that. Let me see. Let me see what time it is, y'all. I got 4 minutes. Um, and I got one person in the waiting room, so I'm gonna try to give everybody a chance to get in the waiting room. Um, my website. It's loud. I know. Thank you. Um, my website. Okay, so I wanted to keep my domain because Squarespace couldn't handle the courses and stuff. So I had to bring it over to my own private domain. I still have my Squarespace domain, but it's like Becky Denise Squarespace whatever because I took the domain away and I just did not want to get a new domain. I didn't want like my existing mentees to have to go look for me when they know what my domain is. So my new website is going to be up and going on Monday. My school will officially open on Monday, and all of that will be in the bio. Okay, I'm waiting on one more person. Oh, let me send the link to. Where's my email? I'm gonna send her the link. Copy invitation. Reply. Alright. Okay, I just sent you the link. I don't offer the course for South Carolina. So what we'll do is during our session, we'll get together and we'll see. Actually, I just worked with someone on South Carolina yesterday. We'll get together and we'll go over some companies that offer the license. You choose the one you want to take from there, and then I'll work with you from that point. I only offer Louisiana pre-licensing at this time. I only offer Louisiana pre-license, but I mentor through, you know, whoever you're taking it through. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I have people in the waiting room waiting on me. I'm gonna go ahead and let them in, and we're gonna get started with our session. I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.